The American people voted for a monarch and are supporting monarchy. At least 35 to 40% of it. Love it. Do not want it questioned. I'm watching people make clowns of themselves publicly by attempting, like Scott Bessent, to defend every single incoherent, contradictory position this moron takes. And so you see exactly why this country was founded in the first place, and you see precisely the depth to which its public political culture has sunk.
I mean, someone said this the other day on Twitter. I liked it, and I'm going to keep using it. We are being controlled by the dumb right. I mean, this is a very low IQ administration and the people defending it. But when you say Scott Bessent and people like this, there's some incredibly clever people. Do they believe it? Because it has taken on kind of some cult-like properties, right? I mean, do you think that the kind of Trump coalition has a kind of cult mentality at this point? Because they mouth a lot of things and say, even people criticizing the tariffs always preface it by saying, the dear leader is fantastic and he's fighting the right battle, and in God, he's handsome, and then a mild criticism. This is a bit North Korean to me.
It is. I think, MAGA should be Juche at this point. I mean, there's an element of totalitarian creepiness about it. The notion that an intelligent man like Bessent would say this is a brilliant master strategy. Again, this is like the emperor has no clothes. It really is. This is like the emperor's new clothes. There he is, stark fucking naked. Mm-hmm. And everyone around him is pretending not to see it. Oh, this is a master strategy. Oh, he meant this from the first place. Yes, he wants this to be a general tariff to set expectations for the entire world. No, he wants this to negotiate individually, country and country. Well, which is it?
Yeah.
In the end, Trump yesterday, the only response he had was he's doing these things instinctively. That's the word he used. I'm instinctive.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a fucking clue what he's doing.
He was asked if there were going to be carve-outs for certain companies and certain industries, and he said yes. He had previously said no. And how would he judge, adjudicate, choose those things? And he said on instinct, which is kind of terrifying, actually, for the economy. It's terrifying.
Of course, it is. And it's also, obviously, and this is really the core psychological motivation of this incredibly sick human being, is that what he needs above all is attention, and what he needs above all is attention from supplicants. Mm-hmm. This is what he loves. He loves people begging him for things. So he wants this broad tariff, but then he realizes, well, all these different countries can come begging me. Every time they beg me, I can get something from them. Then he thinks domestically, all these different companies will be affected. Well, I can give each one of them favors. I can do all sorts of, they all have to come to me.
And what did he say? He said the other day that they're kissing my ass. Literally, behind the lectern, in front of an audience, said they're all kissing my ass now, which I think suggests that you might be right about this. Would you? I mean, I don't know if people have suggested, hey, maybe you should try to get a Trump interview. I mean, some people that are around him. And, I know Bill Maher a little bit. I mean, you know him pretty well. Bill just went to D.C. and along with one of America's greatest musicians, Kid Rock, had dinner with Trump. And I mean, he's going to be on his show for the first time since that. I imagine he'll discuss it on Friday. What do you make of that, of Bill going to sit down with a guy who had previously sued him for a comment that he made making fun of him? I mean, do you see any utility in sitting down with Donald Trump? And I mean, is there anything to get out of a guy like that? If you, as a journalist, said, come sit down with him. I mean, I don't think either of us would say no, but what do you make of Bill going and doing that?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to speak for him. I don't know. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
Let me just say that. I wouldn't know. I think it's really, first of all, I think it's important that journalists not be friends with or associate with people in power. I just think it's terrible for you. I liked Obama, but I only accepted two invitations. Sorry, 2 invitations to the White House. Forgive me. That's it, though. That's it. That's
Only
the end of
2.
it.
Yeah.
Well, people went in there day and night. I mean, people were going there all the time to hear him chat and so on.
Yeah.
No other president have I ever had personal contact with, even though I live a few blocks away, and could, because it affects your judgment. I mean, sometimes there is something maybe to learn just from being around the person about their character or their personality. But at this point, I don't think with Trump there's anything new to learn. He's mentally ill. We can see here how he's mentally ill. There's no way to interact with him without participating in that psychological deformity. And so I think you stay away. It's like the nutter on the bus. When they start talking to you and they tell you 3 different contradictory things in one sentence, you just try and move away. You don't want to engage. There's no way to engage this man. He's a loony.